Good morning, people. Welcome to the channel and welcome to Zambia during load shedding. So load shedding is back, surprisingly, and according to the new schedule for the area I'm in, it's gonna take 9 hours of load shedding. So it's from midnight to 9 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, y'all can check. Zero power, and I'm sure you can tell I'm just standing in front of a window. Yes, I'm sure you can tell the light kind of different because I usually use my lights, and my mic and audio is gonna be different here. It's gonna be very different. Yeah, but I'll work on it, try and make it good, but don't have to worry about that. Anyway, let's get into this video. So the last time we experienced this type of load shedding, or this level of load shedding, where it was 12 hours of no power, was somewhere, should be in 2017, 18, 19, somewhere there. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments below. Yep, that's the last time I heard of this massive, hectic, long load shedding or load management, or whatever they call it. And yo, those days were rough. And then it was during the PF time, and you know, things just got normal, and that's how life became. Load shedding became part of life. Then in 2020, we had the general elections here, presidential general elections here. And during that period, during the campaign period, the ruling party reduced the number of hours of load shedding. Load shedding hours reduced, and it was crazy. Like, yo, they did all this so that they could boost their popularity and get more people to vote for them. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. Then after we got the new president, load shedding like stopped. Like almost like it was gone. Like I can't remember last time I had load shedding apart from yesterday. Apart from last night, of course, but I mean like in like last year, I don't think I had any load shedding. Or just temporal power cuts because of construction works that have been going on, but it was nothing to do with like trying to do some maintenance work on equipment or anything like that. It wasn't like scheduled, you know, just because of some construction works that were going on. They were really short, like maybe a 2 to 4, you know, power cut, you know, sometimes just like 30 minutes, and never really took long. But then we got the announcement last month that load shedding is gonna be back, and yo, it returned full force, bro. 12 hours in the area I am in right now. It was from midnight to 12 p.m. You know, those 12 hours. But at least sometimes I think the guy who was in charge felt pity for us. Sometimes around 10 a.m. power would get restored. Sometimes around 11 power would get restored. You know, but yeah, maybe I'd feel like let me give them some time to do their works and everything. But yo, that's not what everyone experienced. Some areas it's really bad. The power cuts, the load shedding, whatever, it's crazy in some areas and some parts of the country. Yo. But the good thing about the part I'm in, you know, like from midnight to 12, so maybe you'll be asleep for most of the time, or partly, or half of the time that the load shedding is going on. So maybe if you wake up at 8, at least you can count, oh, just got 4 hours of no power. Or if you wake up at 6, just got 6 more hours to go, you know. Yeah, it's been really crazy. It's been really crazy. I really like how the channel has been growing in terms of number of subscribers, people who are interested in the content I'm making, and as well as everyone who's taken the time to view any of my videos. But guys, look at this. Let's change the number. Let's reach at least 20%. There's no way only about 10% of y'all are subscribed, and the rest of y'all, what are you waiting for? What are you trying to decide? So just click that red subscribe button below so that you get notified and know every time I post a video. Yeah. Thank you. During the 2020 campaign season, election campaign season, we saw the current ruling party, when they were in opposition, they said this. So in fact, the president actually said this in this video.
Within a year of being in office, we will end load shedding.
Sadly, that's not what's been happening. Load shedding is back. load shedding is back. Then, online I go through Facebook and there's one popular social media guy on Facebook who was saying it's not load shedding, it's load management. And I was too like, there's load shedding and there's load management. But to me, there is no difference. Like, to me, the common, ordinary person, there's no difference between the two. Why? Because there's no power. In both situations, there's no power. Like, there's no electricity. So whether you call it this or you call it that, if you call it blue, you call it red, you call it whatever, to me, it's just the same thing. Because there's no electricity. No electricity. And that it still has the same effect on the people. No electricity. So whether you call it this or you call it that, call it A, you call it B. To me, no electricity in both situations. Yeah. Then we see the politics. You go. I don't know why sometimes I dive into the Facebook stuff. Facebook is just full of nonsense sometimes. So I get into this and I see politics whereby the ruling party is saying it was the former party, they abused the water, they did this, they did that, they affected how the water is supposed to be working, they misused this, they did that, pointing fingers, And like logical thinking, there's all this global warming, blah. If we see in East Africa, we've been hearing of droughts and whatever, low water, low rainfall, low whatever. So yeah, this could be an effect that's also affecting the amount of water that's being used to generate electricity at the hydroelectric dam. That's just my opinion. I think global warming is having an effect. Global warming is having an effect on all this. So a few days ago, I saw the president actually went to do his own investigation or visit the power plants and all this stuff. So what he found was low water levels at the place is what's causing the power cuts, as well as poor maintenance of equipment. It's like since 1964, whenever those dams or power plants were built, they never did any proper maintenance work. They just let the things run on their own, break down, whatever. Then when they see it's a big issue, they're like, oh, now let's fix it. They don't do the routine maintenance. Oh, let's check how the stuff is running. As long as it's working, as long as it's not broken, it's okay. I think that's the philosophy they use. So yeah, he did the investigation. So it's low water, poor maintenance, and neglect of equipment and everything. But now, according to his slogan, Bali will fix it. You get? Oh yeah. So he is working on it, and happily, the number of hours of load shedding or load management have been reduced. It was 12, now it's dropped to 9. In some areas it's 6. It's not everywhere it's 6. Because yesterday, I was thinking it's going to be 6 hours of no power. You get? I was uncomfortable. Like, by 6 a.m., going to have power. 0. There was no power at 6. It came after 9, I'm sure. I wasn't here, but I'm sure it was after 9 because I left. I'm sure it was after 9. So I went back to the website, the Zesco website to check. And I checked and it says for the area I'm in, it's 9 hours. So it's from midnight to 9 a.m. 9 a.m. power gets restored. 9 a.m. we got the power. Like today also, power came just a few minutes after 9. Power was restored. So it's not every area where it's 6 hours and whatever. Like the notice they posted said, it's not true. It's not true. But the good thing about this, or something I like about this load shedding, whatever, phones, computers, the internet, it's so distracting sometimes. You want to read a book, but then you open up your Instagram and start scrolling. You go through the reels and you're like hooked for like an hour. Then the time you feel like reading, you don't really feel like reading anymore because you're like, let me just jump onto YouTube. Let me jump onto Instagram and go through the whatever posts on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. But the good thing about load shedding for me, my phone's been dying. So my data bundles, I'm not using them much, so they're like prolonged a bit. Then I also gonna look at what else? Reading. Last year I did a lot of reading of self-help and all these other kinds of books, self-development, and this year my mind got saturated with self-help books. I got tired of it. I got sick of it, reading all the self-help stuff, So then this year I thought let me read something else, maybe something non-fictional or something fictional or something that doesn't have to do with self-help. So load shedding also boosted this agenda. I had bought a book that I didn't really feel like reading. I had it. I used to see it like when I check my bag because I keep my books in my bag. Check the book. So because of this load shedding, one day phone's dead, computer's dead, no electricity. What am I gonna do? Huh? What am I gonna do? So I just open up the book. So currently I'm reading this book, the Elon Musk book, and I didn't think it would be as interesting as I thought. I thought it'd be like one of those, wishy-washy books. Usually I would read a chapter and tell whether I would like to continue reading a book. But I read this book. I'm still reading it though. I read the first chapter and I was hooked. And I continue reading it. Thanks to load shedding, now I can spend time reading books and just getting more knowledge. There's nothing wrong with it. But for some people that are dying, they can't stay off social media. And I'm sorry if you're one of the people. Buy a book, read a book, or do something else. Exercise, or what else do people do? Paint? Take a walk? I don't know what you're gonna do with your spare time. Or maybe go and socialize with people in the outside world. You get? But yeah, people, this is all for this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on my next video. Yeah. Peace.
Load shedding yala yamba.